So as we are speaking in the chapter 9, Krishna is speaking about confidential knowledge, which is he's speaking about his own self. You seldom tell people about who you are actually. You always keep yourself hidden and concealed, right? How many people do really know your heart and really know how you think and how you really are situated, right? That also will be a single number or maybe one or two, right? So you speak about yourself only to someone whom you trust, you have faith, you can depend on them. That's when you speak about yourself. Yes? Or do you put it on Facebook and let the whole world know? What you put on Facebook, what you put on Instagram is what you would like the world to know about you. Or how would you like the world to know you? Not exactly the one you are, right? I always say that everybody in this world is wearing masks. सब मुखौटा पहन के घूमते हैं और उसकी प्रदर्शनी हर जगह होती है, right? And that is why we keep ourselves reserved, and only when we test a relationship sufficiently and we know that this will stand the test of time, then we may let people know about who we are and make some trusting relationships. So Krishna also is speaking to Arjuna in this 9th chapter after having spoken so much, because Krishna is sure that Arjuna really has faith and trust in Krishna. He is a Sakha. So Krishna is speaking about himself to Arjuna very heartfully. And through this conversation, all of us have become recipient to know who is Krishna. So we really should be grateful to Arjuna. If not for Arjuna being a recipient, we would not have known all this about Krishna, right? So that is why every verse here is to know about Krishna, who is your beloved personality, right? Krishna is taking that risk of letting people know who he is. In one sense, if you let people know who you are, then you actually lose control because now they know you, right? Isn't that so? But Krishna is okay because he loves each and every one of us. And we have a long standing, everlasting relationship with him, but we have forgotten and we have some misunderstanding. So Krishna is giving us that opportunity to again come back in that relationship and revive that relationship. Obviously, we are grateful to Krishna for sure and grateful to Arjuna and grateful to both of them because obviously Krishna is the Sutradhar. He is making the threads to make us know. But Krishna is taking that risk. Krishna is taking that risk of being understood and not be misdealt if he speaks about himself. Just like sometimes this 9th chapter of the Gita, Krishna is saying, I am this, I am that, and this is my personality, this is how I work, this is how I function. Someone may say, why is Krishna being so proud? He's saying so much about himself. Right? So there was this one IPS officer who felt Krishna is being too proud, speaking about himself in so many chosen words. Yeah, he's speaking so much. Here also you will say that everything is resting. This is in the 10th chapter. He's saying that. So that devotee turned to this IPS officer and he said, how would you introduce yourself? And he said, I will introduce myself that I am so and so and I'm an IPS officer. Why are you being so proud? Why do you have to introduce yourself that I'm IPS officer? He said, I am IPS officer, so why not say that? Yes, similarly, Krishna is the Supreme Personality. He is what he is. So if he's telling about himself factually, what is the exaggeration? What is so proud about it? It's being realistic. One of the aspects in our lives to grow is we become honest. We become very honest in our lives. That means, we are what we are, and we really do not say more about it, right? To be ourselves and to accept and behave is being honest. That's not being humble. That's being honest. You're a great person and you say, I'm not so big. That's being humble. Right? But being yourself is being honest. So in Krishna consciousness, when you're honest and simple, you make advancement in relationship with Krishna. And Krishna says first qualification to advance in a relationship with him as he's speaking to you is you should trust him. You should trust him and you should have faith in him. If you do not have faith and trust, then the relationship will not go forward. So that's why Krishna says, Ashraddhadhana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa. He says, those who are not faithful, those who really do not accept me and my devotional service, I cannot help them. I cannot help them, right? That is why they are left in this same Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, the birth, old age, disease, death cycle, right? Because only Krishna can take us across, But then if we do not have faith, then we will never take risk of taking his shelter. Isn't that so? That is the point. So a good amount of people in this world do not become Krishna conscious and do not make Krishna consciousness their lifestyle because they don't have faith. They think, if I become devotee, I will miss the train of my happiness and my enjoyment. Right? And then this is one doubt I have always observed in people. If I become serious in Krishna consciousness, if I become bhakta, then maybe I will miss out quite a lot. And maybe my life won't be so sublime. Because we have doubts that if I become Krishna's devotee, will it really be a happy zone? Not sure. Right? That is the main reason why we would not surrender to Krishna. So the sadhaka should always take an inventory of his consciousness. What's keeping me from becoming Krishna conscious? And then deal with those mistrust or distrust. In relationships, if you don't introspect and do not invest that time and energy to undo the misunderstandings, then you will see the relationship will go from bad to worse to worst. Isn't that? They say, if you have a misunderstanding, before you, I think it was in that in the 75th, the Shubham Prabhu was speaking about his grandfather. And one of the point he said is, do not sleep until you have cleared the misunderstanding in a relationship, and then you sleep peacefully. Always make sure, it's because it's always so easy to lose our faith and confidence in Krishna. And this whole world is like that. So we need to introspect what are the things, and then you work on them to make your relationship with Krishna. And these same principles work with everyone in relationships. Right? We need to put that confidence in Krishna. So yeah, if you're really interested to become his devotee, obviously a good amount of people will be, why at all? I'm really concerned that people become my devotees. They make me worship him and they make me my devotee. But then as devotees, we do understand, having come to the bhakti aspect, Krishna is saying that Krishna is speaking about himself, and he's saying the only reason why people may not come to my lotus feet is because of mistrust and lack of faith. That is the main reason why people find it difficult to come to Krishna. Yes. Sometimes the reason is you don't want to have that knowledge. Because you don't care. So you don't want. It's not that if you want to find. Prabhupada always said, sometimes Prabhupada said, if you're really desiring to know God and to become his devotee, the Paramatma will guide you where to go and make you meet a devotee or a teacher. Even if you are lost in the Amazon jungles, some book distributor will go and find your book. I don't know, we have experience in preaching Krishna consciousness. You meet people, you distribute books, and they say, I was just waiting. I was just waiting that somebody will give me this knowledge. There's one book distributor who was distributing books, and then there's one person, he decided, I don't want to live anymore. So he sat in his car and he took the exhaust of the car, connected a pipe, and put it in the vehicle back again and moved his windshield. I said, now I'll peacefully die. With slowly suffocation, he will die. So he decided, जीना इतना हराम हो गया है कि अब मैं सुकून से मरना चाहता हूँ. And then suddenly one devotee was distributing books, and he came to his car. Haribol, I have some books for you. Haribol, I have some books for you. And the devotee knew that this person seems to be awake and there, and he's kind of knocking so that he will give him address. He will respond to him. And that person became ultra frustrated. He said, जीने भी नहीं देते सुकून से, मरने भी नहीं देते सुकून से. क्या दुनिया है भाई. So then devotee became very compassionate. He said he's not understanding. He took a small book and put it right in front of the, in the front, in the windshield. Okay, the windshield. He put it. And that book was, the topic of the book was Beyond Birth and Death. Now he had decided to die, and someone is speaking about beyond birth and death. And said, I think we should read and then leave. So he's changed his plan, took the book. He said, let me read first. And he read the whole book, dropped his idea to die, found the nearest Hare Krishna center, and became a devotee. Right? So Krishna will find you if you're sincere, if you're really looking for Krishna. So the most important thing Prabhupada would say is, are we looking for Krishna? Are we really wanting Krishna in our lives? That is the most important thing. If somebody says, I'm not interested because there are some doubts, there is some mistrust, and we deal with it. So he says, Ashraddha dhanasya. He says, somebody who is Ashraddha dhana, Krishna says, I find it difficult to help him. Right? Someone does not want to get into a relationship with you. Can you really help? Actually, even in relationships, you cannot help if people do not want you to help. Forget about otherwise. Closest of relationships, if they say, no entry, we're not allowing you inside. That's it. So this is the first quality that is needed to become Krishna conscious, is to have faith in Krishna. So you begin with a, what do you call this? With an axiom. I don't know, in science, there are some fundamentals, and based on that fundamentals, you build the whole theory. Just like ABCD is a fundamental. Whatever is a fundamental units. Like, for example, do you ever debate why A is A? Why 1 is 1? Why 2 is not 1? Right? So similarly, to have a basic faith in Krishna is very important to build your faith. You understand? Krishna is the Supreme Personality. Now let me explore. And then Krishna starts speaking about himself. What does he say? First of all, he says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadabhyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha. Right? First of all, he says, by my Brahman energy, impersonal form, I exist everywhere. I pervade the whole universe, and all beings are in me, but I'm not in them. Right? So Krishna says that I'm actually present everywhere, in every anu, in between the anu. Kana kana mein Bhagwan hai. Sunte hai na? The Lord is present everywhere. Right? And the Lord is holding everything. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva. I am holding everything in this universe. Just like you see this kanthi mala, these are small pieces of tulasi, but how are they held together? There is a thread which is invisible. Similarly, Krishna is present everywhere in this universe and is holding everything. And he's managing everything. And everybody is actually being able to function. So first thing Krishna is speaking out is address.
What does this line mean that everything is in me but I am not in me?
The point that Krishna is trying to say is that everything is actually a manifestation of Krishna's energy, but still he is aloof from their activities. He is neutral and aloof from their activities. Like, people otherwise say, oh, Krishna is everywhere and Krishna is behind everything. That means everything that happens in this world, Krishna is responsible. I think they made a film at some point of time saying there was a serial killer and he quoted a verse from Gita that whatever happens, happens by Krishna's ordain. So I am killing people. This is also Krishna's ordain. Krishna is kind of making it happen. I am not responsible. जो हो रहा है भगवान के निर्णय से, क्योंकि भगवान हर जगह है, सबको वही चला रहे हैं, तो मुझे चला रहे हैं, मेरे चक्कू को चला रहे हैं और ये कर रहा हूं, तो अगर आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो कृष्ण को बात कर सकते हैं. And this was kind of a debate. And I think this is a good discussion point at this point of time, and I'd like all of you to answer this question. Like in our life, whatever is happening, good and bad, right? And we say everything is happening by the Lord, right? So if everything is happening by Lord, then why am I responsible? जो भी हो रहा है भगवान ही करवा रहे हैं. So then how am I responsible? If something goes wrong, he says, oh, the Lord made some kind of arrangements and things didn't go well. We always understand that he's involved. So how am I responsible? One time, one devotee, one person came to me and he had a relationship break, like something went wrong in the relationship. And he was very, very disturbed. And he came to me and he said, Prabhu, I have serious questions to ask. He said, what? Why did Krishna do this to me? He said, what did Krishna do to you? He said, I had such a serious, committed relationship with another person and she left. Why did Krishna do this to me? And then he said, I reflect in my life, I have never been unkind to anyone. I have never done something unfair to anyone. जितना मेरे होशो हवाश में है, मैंने कुछ भी गलत नहीं किया है. तो भगवान ने ऐसा क्यों कर दिया मेरे साथ? So who is responsible for the situation of mine? Krishna. Then, the philosophy we understand कि पूर्व जन्म में शायद आपने कुछ किया. Then immediately he was reflecting, और ये क्या philosophy है? पूर्व जन्म में कुछ हुआ और उसके लिए आज मुझे पछतावा हो रहा है. This is too much, First of all, Krishna is creating this problem for me. Ask for justification, बोले पिछले जन्म का. And he was really annoyed that why Krishna is being unkind. And that's one of the reasons why people don't have faith in Krishna or Lord. Because they think things are happening to me very unfair. I'm a good person and why are things happening bad? Why are unjust things happening to me? This should not happen to me. I do not think about doing any bad to anybody. Why is it happening to me? That means the Lord is unfair, or the Lord is impotent, that He is not able to handle the affairs of this world. And the Christian school sometimes has an argument. Either the Lord is not loving, right? Either the Lord is not loving. He is all powerful, but not loving. Or He is loving, but not powerful. And sometimes even the ill forces overtake Krishna's domain. Right? That's a big debate actually in the theological circle. Right? So I would like to hear from all of you that if something goes wrong in someone's life, how is Krishna responsible or not responsible? Or how do we understand and how do we reconcile in our own lives? Right? So that is how we would build faith in our own lives about Krishna. Are you able to understand this thing? So I'd like few thoughts beginning from behind. Someone would like to say. Okay. Haribol. Right? So the most important understanding what Bhavani Mataji said is Krishna is neutral. The word that will come further is udasinam. Boliye. Tad asinam. How is Krishna sitting? No. In Sanskrit, udasin means indifferent. Udasina means indifferent. Means neutral. Like someone is sitting, so much is happening and it's just sitting and relaxing. That means usko kuch lena dena nahi hai. He's neutral. Udasinam tad asinam. भगवान कैसे बैठे हैं इस दुनिया में? न्यूट्रल बैठे हैं. Whatever is happening, he is neutral. He doesn't interfere. He just is neutral. In the spiritual world, he is active. With devotees, he is active. But with the world and the dealings, Krishna is neutral. Not at all reactive. And Prabhupada says, the example is like a high court judge. Imagine there's a high court judge and there are so many cases he has to see. So immediately one case comes, he has done this wrong to him, the lawyers fight, and then it's proven that he is found guilty. So immediately that person would write that, okay, you sentence him to so much of imprisonment, thak, and pass. And then another person comes and he says he has done some good work, he has done this, he has done that, and he may say, okay, so he should be rewarded so much. Right? So in the first case, he sentenced him. In the second case, he rewarded him. So is the judge being biased? Right? He's not being biased. It's only like, depending on what the person has done, he is reaping those results. Right? And the judge is just administering his involvement. Just like, if you go to a bank and a postman comes to you. Okay, a postman comes to you, gives you a money order, you embrace him. The postman comes to you and gives you bad news, you slap him. He said, sir, इसलिए don't take embrace unnecessarily. If you take someone's warmth unnecessarily, you will get his critical part also. Sir, I don't deserve it. You give it to the befitting person at that level. So the postman is neutral, right? Only what has come into our life is our own letter, whatever we invested. So you said similarly, everyone in this world is like a postman in our lives. They are giving you your money order or giving you your bad news depending on whatever message has to come to you. So the point that we have to note is Krishna is sitting neutral. Why Krishna is neutral? Because we are neutral to Krishna. Neutral to Krishna. We don't care. Like the whole philosophy of this world is called hedonism. You know this word? What is hedonistic philosophy? Hedonism means, okay, God exists, but how do I care? ठीक है, भगवान है, मैं समझता हूँ ये दुनिया ऐसे तो आएगी नहीं, हवा से तो आएगी नहीं. Okay, there may be someone behind must have done it, but how do I care? I have more important things in this world to manage and to think about. So in this world, whether people, so that is also one kind of atheism, because you don't care. And a good amount of people today are like that. They may be ritualistic, but they are hedonistic. They are only concerned about their own material plan making. That's all. So are they really wanting Krishna in their lives? They're indifferent. So Krishna is ye yathamam prapadyante. If somebody is indifferent to you, how are you to them? Indifferent. He said, if you can be cold, I can be much colder. We are highly reciprocative. So Krishna is neutral. He doesn't react. So whatever happens, like imagine somebody comes and beats him up. So Krishna is neutral. So now because he beat him up, he will get up and beat him up. So Krishna is neutral. उसने उसको मारा तो उसको क्या मिलेगा? मार मिलेगी. So Krishna neither interferes with this beating, neither interferes with this beating. At that level. So whatever is happening in this world, rightly as Mataji was saying, is our own investments. So this is a very important principle for all of us to live. Take responsibility of our lives. Don't blame, don't criticize, don't find faults, and make others responsible for your life. This is a big mistake we do. First of all, we make Krishna responsible. And if we are not so conscious of Krishna, we make everyone responsible. And if everyone is responsible, then your life cannot change. Why? Because the ones who are responsible, if they don't change, then it will not change your situation. प्रभु जी दुनिया ऐसी है इसीलिए हम ऐसे हैं तो क्या कर सकते हैं. मतलब प्रभु जी पहले आप दुनिया को चेंज कर दिए फिर हमारे पास आइए हमको समझाने के. I'm not going to be able to change the whole material world for you. And Krishna is neither saying like that, isn't it? So the first thing that we have to learn from this understanding about Krishna being present everywhere and being neutrally situated is we are making investments in our life and we are reaping. Krishna is not at all interfering because we don't want his interference. So we are responsible for all that happens in our life. And whatever will happen in the subsequence is also our own choices. Yes, Mother. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj was in the Rath Yatra festival and one devotee asked a question. Maharaj, does Jagannath interfere with our free will? And Maharaj immediately said, if you go to Jagannath and say, my dear Lord, I surrender to you. I surrender to you and please guide me. Pratima nahi tumi sakshat Brajendra Nandan. He's not a stone. If anyone comes to you and says, need some help, I'm ready to take your advice. what do? You don't give full advice. You give little and see whether this fellow is really serious. Right? Really serious. And then you get in. You interfere. So Krishna is much softer in his heart. He says, I was looking for it, but still he is regulated in his interference. And Krishna interferes to the extent we pray to him, we allow him. And then Krishna interferes. So, yes, for a devotee, Krishna will interfere. So, do we want Krishna to interfere? Yes, Krishna Prabhu. I say, huh? I guess. Raise your hand if you want Krishna to interfere in your life. Then don't blame Krishna if things go other ways. Because when you ask Krishna to interfere in your life, Krishna will do something that to bring you closer, to bring you out of the mess of this world. That's how it's going to work. He's not going to just allow you to be lost in this world. So Krishna is very, very kind. Krishna is not at all unkind. Krishna is not at all uncaring. Krishna is being reciprocative. We don't want him to interfere. What can Krishna do? He doesn't interfere and he lets the world go on. But as rightly said, ye bhajanti tu maam bhaktya. But if I turn to Krishna and say, my dear Lord, I want your interference, then Krishna immediately intervenes. Just like Mother Draupadi. Obviously, it's an extreme example. Mother Draupadi, she was in this Kuru Sabha and was about to be disrobed. So first she turned to her husbands. Please protect me. Please protect me. I am, your wife. They're helpless. Turn to the Kurus, the seniors. Please protect me. Please protect me. And they were also, blank. And she turned to everyone and everybody's blank. And then she turned to her own strength. Protect. And she was helpless. And when everything failed, she said, hey Govinda, hey Krishna, please come to my rescue. And then Krishna immediately came from Dwarka. From Dwarka, he was there and he immediately manifested as unlimited sadi and protected the sanctity of Mother Draupadi. And later Mother Draupadi turns to Krishna when she meets him. He says, why did you delay in coming? That's a typical answer of everyone. Anything goes wrong. Why did you delay in coming? He said, my dear Draupadi, you delayed in calling. I didn't delay in coming. I wanted to come. I saw Dushasan doing such heinous act. I was about to come with my Sudarshan and do the needful. But I saw you didn't call me. It's like, I'm just waiting to come. And you're like, hey Pandavas, will you come for my rescue? So then I thought, मुझे बुलाया नहीं, उसको बुलाया, तो अभी मैं कैसे जाऊं? मैं सोचा अब ये ना बोल रहे तो मैं आता हूं. बोले, hey Kuru, elders, can you help me? Right? You didn't call me. So I was, I could not come before time. Yes. See, Krishna will come whenever you want to turn to him. Krishna will come. But when Krishna comes, as I really said, if someone asks you for help, you will interfere. But immediately वो व्यक्ति आपको टोक देता है. क्या भाई कुछ भी बोलते हो यार, तुम कुछ छूट दे दी तो हमको उल्टा पढ़ाने लगे. बोले भाई बोल तो रहा है आजा, but he doesn't actually mean it. So many times in our life we call Krishna, but we are not sure. It's our frustrated situation in life that we call Krishna. But calling Krishna is just so that our frustration goes away and we can continue our material plan. Krishna is just a painkiller. So then Krishna is not sure. He really doesn't want to. He's calling me with purpose. Anyone calls you with purpose, you're not motivated. Yes. But I'm saying if anyone calls you with a motivation, you're not motivated to go. He just wants to use me. Do you like to go? Huh? Because they love you. Huh. But then I will give you another situation. There are sometimes children as they grow up, they're really hurt in relationships with the parents also. Then the parents will not come because they've had a lot of exchanges. They've had so many exchanges. So they risk, they think, if I do go, maybe I'll be insulted. My love will not be. So when you know that you're getting involved may only make the relationship worse, then out of love you will not go. कि एटलीस्ट भाई जितना है उसको न्यूट्रल रख के उधर रखते हैं, क्यों मैं इंटरफियर करूं और फिर रिश्ता और खराब हो जाए. कभी कभी होता है ना, you know that this person is asking but this only make the relationship worse. So people are very seasoned in relationships, right? But it's not that Krishna doesn't want to come. And there's a difference. Krishna is not at all that he doesn't want to come. He wants to come. So the point that I'm trying to make through all this discussion is, like Prabhupada said, Krishna is looking for a sincere heart. If you sincerely want Krishna to come in your life, Krishna is very much looking to come in your lives. It should be without any other motivation. It's only Krishna, I want to love you and have a relationship with you. This kind of an honest prayer. And what is this honest prayer? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Do you know what you're praying when you chant Hare Krishna? You're praying, Oh Krishna, Oh Srimati Radharani, please interfere in my life. Please interfere in my life. I have been serving Maya for so long. Now I want to serve you. So please interfere. Relieve me from Maya's service and engage me in your divine service. This is the prayer that you make when you chant Hare Krishna. And that is why people do not want to chant Hare Krishna. They said, Bhaiya, mala pakadenge, to kya hoga pata nahi. He said, we may be caught in the relationship. Isn't it? So every day we are chanting Hare Krishna. So that is why when you chant, we should chant very sincerely. Don't chant indifferently. Like, we chant the holy name and we don't understand what are we doing. We chant with an understanding that Radha Krishna are present in front of me and I'm praying to be engaged in their service. I'm praying for acceptance. Please accept me. Please accept me. Please allow me. Please enter in my life. So this kind of a genuine prayer is of a devotee. And once a devotee makes this prayer and he has confidence about Krishna and he practices bhakti, then because he knows Krishna is everywhere, maya tatam idam sarvam, then is a devotee ever going to be fearful or lack of confidence? No. In every circumstance, in every place, he's only thinking, how can I do what Krishna would expect me to do? That's all. I do my part of Krishna consciousness and my dharma in this situation. Rest, Thakurji will take care. And whatever he does, I know it is for my betterment. Just like Prabhu gave an example. Parents, can they even dream about harming their children? Or someone you love, you don't dream about harming them. So like that, we have confidence in Krishna. So the point that I'm trying to make is the whole bhakti aspect is about faith in Krishna. The whole game is about Shraddha. Shraddha or faith is the currency of spiritual life. Yes. Yes. So faith is your currency. And the more and more you become faithful in the association, by your study, by your practice, you will see relationship becomes furthered. Relationship becomes furthered. What I'm trying to help you help understand by a discussion is it's all about our internal mood of how we would like to relate to Krishna. And nobody can actually make that choice for us in our lives. Everybody can only create inspiration for us to become Krishna conscious. But Krishna has never let his devotee ever down. Krishna is always there to, take care of every jiva. Even the jiva who does not want to come to him, Krishna has created this world for him to have his desires fulfilled. For those who are not wanting to become devotee, Krishna is maintaining them. This whole world is people who don't care about Krishna. Yeah. So those people are from brought from an aircraft or whatever, from Goloka Vrindavan. Well, these are people who do not like to see me enjoy or, be in this world. So let me create another world where they can have their program the way they want. And they say, this place, no interference of you, my dear Lord. ये डिपार्टमेंट में, ये कंपनी में आपका बिल्कुल इंटरफियरेंस नहीं होगा. वो होगा तो हम होगा, नहीं तो हरि बोल. तो यहाँ पे भगवान सबको भेज देते हैं who have a plan independent of Krishna. And that's what Krishna is saying. This whole verse is Krishna is saying, this whole material creation the Lord has made for all the jivas to execute their plan. Yes. The purpose of this creation is two. The purpose of this creation is two. First, to fulfill our independent plan. And second, to come back to Krishna. This whole world has two purposes. First purpose is to fulfill our plan. And second purpose is to come back to Krishna, which is fulfill Krishna's plan. And that's way. Yeah, matlab, this world, how it will reciprocate with you. If you want to enjoy in this world, it will give you more and more opportunities, variegated opportunities, exotic and arrangements for every small desire you want to fulfill. You want to see something, you want to touch something, you want to smell something, you want to taste something, and how much variety do we have? Here, if you want to taste something, how much variety? How many recipes are there for us to taste? Unlimited. And then it's just not on this earthly planet. There is heaven, there is Bhuvar Loka, there is Jana Loka, Thapa Loka, Sutala, Atala, Tala, Atala, Rasa, Atala, Mahatala. बोलते प्रभु जी हमने बहुत इस दुनिया में कर लिया, अब थोड़ा सुतल में जाके ट्राई करें. And now I'll go to the moon and try it out. By the way, moon is a heavenly planet. It's a very, very elevated place. So let me go and try certain things there. Yes. They have their positions, but they are here within the 14 planetary system, within the universe. Within the universe, they are there. The sun is the one responsible for illuminating the whole place, and that way. So they are there here. It's a heavenly planet. It's not a spiritual planet. It's a heavenly planet. स्वर्ग, स्वर्गीय. हर व्यक्ति स्वर्गीय होना चाहता है. Heaven में जाके मौज. Actually, in this world, you want to enjoy, there's a lot of competition and very difficult to have exclusive. But in the heaven, there's unlimited happiness and enjoyment, but temporary. But temporary. So, if we want to enjoy in this world unlimited varieties, and if we want to surrender to Krishna, Krishna will create unlimited varieties of opportunity for us to engage in His bhakti and seva. The same world will become a environment for us to become Krishna conscious. Everything will become motivating us to become Krishna conscious. That means this world reciprocates according to our faith and desire. This world reciprocates according to our, just like Krishna reciprocates, this world Maya Devi also reciprocates according to our faith and desire. It says Hiladini Tapakari, which means This Maya is actually Krishna's Hiladini Shakti, which is reflected here as Maya Shakti. And she is having this purpose of creating us opportunities for enjoyment and then giving us some punishment to rectify us. But if you decide to serve Krishna, then will she tackle us? No, she won't tackle us. Huh? No, he says actually Durga Devi then actually becomes Srimati Radhika and nourishes devotees. The same Maya Shakti for devotee who wants to serve sincerely, she becomes actually Hiladini, Srimati Radharani's potency. And that's what is being said here in this verse. Mahatmanas tumam partha daivim prakritim ashritah. Those who want to become devotees, they start becoming nourished by Daivi Prakriti. Who is this Daivi Prakriti? Srimati Radharani. Those who don't want to be devotees, Maya Dhakshena Prakriti. That means my Maya Devi will tackle them. But somebody wants to be my devotee, Mother Radharani will nourish them in devotion. Yes. The prisoners are managed by the police, and if your children do mistake, you handle them personally. Like the devotees who are in your close vicinity, Krishna deals with you very, like for a devotee, Krishna personally corrects, personally rectifies, personally, brings it. Krishna doesn't delegate his devotees to Maya Devi. Right? I'll just complete it, and I think it's time, so then we'll just take some discussion. But the point is, just like Krishna reciprocates with you, similarly, depending on your desire, this world will reciprocate with you either to help you with variegated opportunities for enjoyment or variegated opportunities for service. It's again your choice and how much faith you have in Maya. For devotees, they have complete faith that Maya will ditch us. He said, if we plan anything materialistic, we know what's coming later. It seems like happiness and enjoyment in the beginning, but it will be like poison in the end. Right? And Krishna consciousness may appear a little poison in the beginning, discipline, duty, self-control, but it will be nectar in the end. Like that, a devotee is convinced. So who is a devotee who loses faith in Maya and has faith in Krishna? And who is a non-devotee who has hardly any faith in Krishna but full faith in Maya? Right? Every day he says salam to the jailer. And Maya Devi is expert. Oh, you had fun here? He says, no, it was a lot of trouble. Okay, try here. Oh yeah, they told me it's better here. So now I'll work hard to go there. And there you get frustrated. He says, oh, it's not working. I go to moon, bhaiya. On the moon, it'll work good. And then you go to moon, go to sun. Go to sun, go to Mercury, go to Venus. तो हाँ ब्रह्म भुवनालोका पुनरावर्तिनो अर्जुना, माया की सेवा करोगे ऊपर से नीचे, लिफ्ट में ऊपर, लिफ्ट में नीचे. So variegated opportunities for enjoyment. And how long she can keep us busy? He says, time immemorial. मतलब समय की कोई, like, please understand how many varieties are there to live. 8.4 million species. So we can try out in. He says, Prabhuji, I think in human form enjoyment नहीं है, but दूसरे species में है. ट्राई कर लो, यहां करो वहां करो. बट जो शास्त्र पढ़े वो समझता है भैया 14 भुवन लोक में नहीं है, 84 लाख स्पीशीज में भी नहीं है, सिर्फ कृष्ण की भक्ति में है, तो प्लान चेंज कर दो. बट ये टर्न लेने के लिए वी नीड फेथ. अगेन, डू वी पुट फेथ इन शास्त्र, डू वी पुट फेथ इन आचार्यस, और डू वी पुट फेथ इन दिस वर्ल्ड? सो अल्टीमेटली it's about Shraddha. Shraddha. It's all about nurturing your faith. Think about this concept when you're back at your places. Bhakti is all about cultivating this faith. And as I said, depending on your faith, this world will reciprocate with you accordingly. Right? So understand that we are responsible, and we are responsible, and this world is reciprocating according to our faith. Just like, you eat something healthy, you're healthy. You eat something that is not supposed to be eaten. What happens? Yeah. Who is responsible? No, the food. It attracted me. He said, okay, I tried, but you were told it's not good. You ate it. So you're responsible. And that fact. Hare Krishna.